single-handedly broke up my marriage. You're an awful person.
You're 24 years old. Why would I listen to you? Why would you be giving therapy and advice to people who clearly need it? It doesn't make any sense, Ari. This is a horrible idea.
You're listening to unlicensed therapy with Ari Mannis.
Corona hit, took us out.
Fucked us in the
and
ass.
that's why yesterday I went on the petition to get us back working.
I agree. I
This
agree. I
country
want to
needs
get
to be
working again.
back.
I agree.
And I know people don't want to hear me talk about politics, but let's start the economy back. Let's all vote for Trump and make America the best country it could be.
I know people don't want to hear me talk about politics. Trump 2020.
Dude, okay, you know what I realized yesterday at this, might as well have been a Trump rally.
Yeah.
Okay, the people...
Wait, so you went to the rally that was for the beach?
It was at Huntington Beach, but it didn't feel, I think it was just for starting the economy back. It was for starting the state of California back up.
Yeah, okay.
So I realized that the people on the very far left, the left-wingers, are very, very stupid people.
Okay.
The people on the far right, the right-wingers,
are also very stupid people.
they're not stupid. They're mentally ill. That's the difference.
yeah,
so
yeah.
on the far left, you have dumb people.
Yeah, okay.
And on the far right, you have literally mentally handicapped, crazy people.
Yeah.
So it's like, which would you rather be, really dumb or crazy? And I don't know. It depends on the day.
I agree with that.
I think dumb people are happier.
Okay, yeah.
Dumb people are probably happier, live better lives. Some of the dumbest people I know are very happy.
But a lot of like the bleeding heart people who are like really, really, really left-wing liberal, I feel like
they're dumb.
But I feel they're dumb, but I feel like they don't live happy lives because everything is a problem to them. So they're like, oh, the SEALs,
That's
it's
true.
like everything
Maybe
is
they're
like
not
an
as happy.
issue to them, so they're not happy. As in the crazy mentally ill people, they're just like, fucking Trump, baby, and they don't give a fuck. You know
Maybe
what I mean?
you're right. Maybe
So
I was looking
that's
at it
kind of
wrong.
the way I see it. But
Well, you just talked me into being right. On the right.
fuck yeah, dude, let's go to a rally.
Yeah. Well, that was a lot of politics talk.
Yeah.
Are you
I don't
still
like
with
talking about
us?
politics either. I fucking hate it.
Are you
dude.
still with us?
Yeah.
I've been so much free time lately and so much coronavirus debate that I've been listening to Ben Shapiro and just becoming a right winger through this whole process.
The only thing I've never posted anything political on my story ever. Yesterday was the first time I ever did. And I was like,
I think I saw it.
Yeah. It was like kind of a decently written thing
What'd
for
you
how
say?
fucking
You
stupid I
said,
am.
in summary, you said, I don't like to talk about
Basically,
politics.
I just said I wanted the country to reopen because I want to go back to work. Like, I love my job. Like, I just wanted to get back to work. And someone called me a Trumpist idiot. And I was like, what is voting for? What does, like, liking Trump have anything to do with wanting the country?
There
like,
were a lot of people
but
at
it didn't
the,
make sense to me. You
There
know
were
what I
not
mean?
a lot, but there were some people at the rally yesterday, at the protest, that had signs up saying Democrat for reopening.
Oh, okay, cool.
They were saying, I'm not a Trump
See, that's
guy.
what didn't make sense to me. I was like, wait, how does liking Trump have anything to do with wanting to reopen the country? I'm like,
I'd say overall,
more Trump people
want to reopen the country,
Yeah.
but
it's like
there's exceptions to every rule.
Yeah, so I
and
basically
that's
said
not
there's like you can like cars, but also care about the environment. I love cars and I love animals and shit like that. You can love guns. I love shooting guns, but you can also care about kids being safe in schools.
I am a vegetarian. But I eat meat. But I do identify as a vegetarian.
Okay, all right, nice.
So it's like
exactly. It's like who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Who are you to say I'm not a vegetarian? I identify as a vegetarian.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I also like cheeseburgers.
I like that.
They taste good.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of willpower, so I eat them.
You're racist, but you do like to hang out with all groups of people, right?
I love black people, but I'm racist.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
If you can't just, they're not these black or white.
Exactly.
things.
Well, not black or white. You could, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Well, they're only white in my world. But
I don't condone this behavior, but you're Jewish, so you have a little leeway, right? Do you feel like you do? Or not anymore? Not anymore.
Maybe back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Okay. Right after the Holocaust, I bet you Jews could get away with whatever they wanted, probably.
Yeah.
And then right after the abolishment of slavery, No, actually, black people definitely couldn't get away with whatever they wanted ever until now.
That's true. That is true. I know, but even now they still get, you know what I mean? They still get. It's a lot. I feel. I do like. I understand
Cops
a lot.
are
Of it. And
racist.
now that honestly, I used to honestly. This is really fucked up to say, but I used to like not really believe in racism because I was ignorant to it until I'm on like a predominantly black television show. A lot of my co-stars are black, and when we go out to dinner, like you just see like little things where you're like, oh, that was fucking racist. You know what I mean? But I used to never believe in it. I used to be like, I don't know. But like they'll seat you in the corner or they'll just do like fucked up shit, like servers and just random people. I'm like, that was fucking racist.
I know that racism exists.
Yeah.
I don't witness it on day-to-day life because I'm in a liberal bubble, liberal cuck bubble.
Yeah.
But I know that it exists. That being said, it probably exists in the United States now less than it ever has.
Correct,
it's probably
correct.
the best it's ever been.
Correct.
So when I hear people freaking out about it, I'm like, listen, I'm not saying we don't talk about racism at all, but come on, it's getting better.
Yeah.
Every year is a little bit better.
I also feel like gay people almost can't get away with murder anymore. You know what I mean?
You don't think?
No, I forgot who said this, but like it's gay people, like they used to be able to do a lot more. And now on social media, I see like they're like, oh, you're just gay. Like we're fucking trans. Like trans people it's their time right now.
But trans people, how many trans people are there?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot on social media, at least. I've seen like 2 or 3 because I used to work in West Hollywood. So we were.
I mean, we're in the trans mecca.
Exactly. And there's not even that many trans people.
Right.
It's crazy.
So
to
in
me.
the world, it seems like the issue of transgender is talked about so much, but
Yeah.
there's not that many.
Yeah,
trans
it's like
people.
coronavirus. It's like there's not that many. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's
similar.
such a big deal, but there's so little cases now. I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
But I'm serious. He's kidding,
Ari's serious,
but I believe
yeah.
in his joke. And Stan. So, but yeah, I mean, and also I've never met anyone who's anti-trans.
Yeah,
but
me
I'm sure
either.
they exist. I'm sure they exist.
I've never met someone who's said it in person, but you see stuff online all the time. But what I don't understand is why is it such a big deal for someone to say you can't be like? No, I'm not saying it's such a big like. Why would someone say you can't be trans? Also, with coronavirus, like why? I get where people are like you shouldn't go outside, but it's like just why don't you just not be trans, or why don't just you not go outside? Why do you have to worry about other people's lives? Like if the person thinks they're a man or was born a man.
Well, the trans side, I get it.
Yeah.
Your argument. Why
Yeah.
don't you just, if you hate trans people, then
Yeah.
you don't have to be trans. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
Let everyone do what they want to do.
But the corona argument, they would say, well,
You can infect other people.
yeah, it's not about you
Yeah.
and me. It's
I get
about.
that. Yeah.
But I agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
When's the last time you worked out, you think?
never. No, college. I don't know. 8 years
Wait,
ago.
where'd you go to college?
UC Santa Cruz.
Oh, nice.
Did you go to college?
No.
How come?
Because I moved here.
Just to
So
pursue.
I was playing, I had like a bunch of colleges that were looking at me, Ivy League schools, when I was playing hockey. And then I stopped playing and when I was like 18. And then
For hockey?
yeah,
But aren't you too little?
No, I mean, yeah, but there are like the game's changing where it's smaller players that are
Really?
Yeah, it's
How's that
changing. It's
work?
more fast. It used to be big dudes fighting, hitting, and now the game like you can't hit to the head anymore. There's so many rules and regulations against hitting and fighting that it's kind of obsolete almost. Where it's just going into skill now. So it's maybe in 10 years I would have made fucking $50 million playing hockey, but like 3, 4
and that's how you know that professional hockey player that was on your podcast from playing hockey.
Yeah. No,
Got it.
I probably know someone on every team except the LA Kings, which sucks. But I know. Yeah, my friend plays
Wait,
for the Rangers.
just from playing
hockey. I played with pretty much like every birth year, 96, 95, some 97. I've like played with the top people because we would always go to the top prospects camps and they'd all be there. So all the fucking major guys like Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, like all these kids, I just played with growing up and I know really well.
Was there anyone growing up where you were like, this guy is going to be the best.
Yeah, well, there were these two kids on my team, Daniel Sprong and Connor McDavid, and they were both 97, and we're 96 birth year. And Connor McDavid is the best player in the world right now, like Indian world, bar none.
Wait,
That's
they
it.
call it birth year, but that's just the year you were born?
Yeah,
I
it's
was
your
born
birth
in
year. So you
96.
play with 96s, and then the 97s play with 97s. But if you're good, you can play up. So Connor and Daniel were both 97s, and they played up in the 96, and they were disgusting. Daniel's been having like hard time.
Disgustingly good?
Yeah, disgustingly good. Like that's what they say in hockey, like sickeningly good. And Daniel, they were both like head to head all the time. Daniel now, he's been traded a couple times. He's still playing professionally. He's in the American League, which is under the AHL. But Connor McDavid is like the best player in the world. So those were like the two guys that were like fucking sick. But there was one team that I was on. There's probably maybe 10 kids in the NHL right now, like high level players that was on the team with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sucks, man.
I
It
know.
sucks you're not
I know.
good at sports.
I know, you're right.
You could have been.
It blows.
Well, I guess you're doing pretty good
Yeah.
in the Hollywood world.
Yeah. So, but I knew. See, that's what I figured. I was like, I'm not going to make a lot of money playing hockey. I'll play Division I college hockey. I'll get a great education. But what the fuck am I going to do after that? And the way junior hockey works is, after you graduate high school, the colleges want you to play 1 or 2 years out. So you just do nothing but play hockey all day long. You don't go to school. You don't do anything. And so they want you to be big and strong. So you're a 20-year-old freshman. So I wouldn't be graduating college. This would be my junior year. I would still have
Right now?
Yeah, I would be a junior in college. I'm 23.
College is fun.
I know, I do agree in that, but it's also fun.
I think you
being
should-
a lead on a television series and living in New
Nah,
York.
I think you should quit. I think you should go back to college. In fact, with that on your resume in college, being on the lead of a television
Yeah,
show.
I should go back now. Actually, that's what one of my co-stars did. He was on Disney for a while, and then he was in that movie Ma with me, and he's in college right now.
What if you even went to UCLA or USC just
Like
on
James
the
Franco
side?
style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you're
I don't think I'm smart enough, like, to do schoolwork. I was never fucking like.
I think you're smart enough to do it part-time.
You think so?
Not be a full-time student,
Yeah.
but take a couple classes every quarter.
Yeah.
Just
But
have a
the
tutor.
thing is I would not be into it. Like I'd fail out because I need to be all in something or fucking all out. And I feel like what class am I
What if-
going to take?
okay, because you don't care about college,
Yeah.
this would be a fun experiment.
Yeah.
You could make a vlog of yourself trying to cheat your way through college.
That'd be
so
cool.
You take a couple classes and you're like, hey, worst case scenario, I get caught and they kick me out.
Yeah.
Which I don't care.
Yeah. I like that.
You sign up, you take a math class and you try and cheat. Maybe you even pay someone to go take the test for you.
Okay. And see how easy it is to cheat the college
Yeah,
world.
that'd be such a good undercover series too.
True, I like that.
If you got away with it.
Yeah.
And, then,
and then on the side you can just, hook up with girls. Yeah.
yeah, or at the end you go to the college and go, by the way, I cheated all the way through this.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you back my diploma. I just want you to know I made a movie about me cheating.
In your
All the way
college, they'll be
through
fucking
college.
pissed.
Dude, that's a
maybe
good
I'll go to
move.
maybe
That's
I'll
a
go to
good
USC and I'll
doc
hook up
idea.
with your girl. You think? I'll find her.
She's in love with me and would never hook up with anyone else.
All right. Okay. No offense. There's no girl that came over during a pandemic and has fallen in love with you after she had sex with you. Okay. I'm
This girl
sorry.
did.
She
She
did?
looked me in the eyes and she said, I love you more than I've ever loved anything or anyone, more than I love my own dad.
Did you see how rich your parents were? What was it?
They're not that. They're not rich. They're not like, I love this guy. I want to
They're
marry
Jewish
this guy
rich.
rich.
They're not like.
My dad's a doctor, mom's a lawyer.
Yeah. So
they
they-
have a nice house.
Yeah. So they make good livings.
They have a nice car,
Yeah.
but they're not like,
What kind of car?
let's go to our vacation house in Greece.
Yeah.
Type of rich. My dad has a Porsche.
Okay.
My mom has a Mercedes. Yeah, they have nice cars.
Okay. Cool.
But
And
not
do-
like
do they
Ferrari.
Yeah.
I have 6 cars.
Yeah.
I have 3 houses.
Yeah. Do they support you doing stand up?
No.
Not
They've
at all.
accepted. I mean, they're not like still bringing it up.
Yeah.
What are you doing with your life? And they've accepted it. But when I started stand up, they weren't like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Good.
But have they seen you on tour with Theo and everything? And
They know I'm on tour with Theo. They have seen me do stand up. They've seen me. My dad's seen me bomb and do good, and my mom, I think, has only been to good shows and seen me do
nice.
good. But they're not dumb. They know I'm not rich.
Yeah.
I'm not killing it financially, and yeah. So
you have
they're not
Birkenstocks on, so that's nice.
fake.
Oh,
Fake.
okay.
These
yeah.
are Walmart.
Yeah, you're not killing it
Birkenstocks.
financially.
These are $15
Really?
from Walmart. They're awesome.
Yeah,
though.
they look good.
Yeah, dude. My brother got me a pair of Birkenstocks.
Wait, so what does your brother do?
He works for Netflix.
Oh, nice.
So he makes.
When's your
more
fucking
money than me.
special coming out, dude? What the fuck?
He's an assistant at
All right.
Netflix.
All right.
And so he got me Birkenstocks for my birthday, $100.
Yeah.
sandals. I don't know if you know this about me. I love ugly shoes.
Well, I
So
can
I
tell.
have Birkenstocks. I
Yeah.
have those Israeli sandals. I have Uggs.
Do you have the Greece, the Athens ones, the ones
Yeah.
that the girls wear? You wear those?
Not the ones that go up your leg.
Yeah.
But
Smaller ones.
Shoes, I love the finger shoes, the Vibrance finger shoes. Just hideous looking, weird shoes. I have
When
a
you
thing
saw
for
Joe
them.
Rogan wear them, you're like, I gotta get
Before
those.
Joe
Really?
Rogan. I've always wanted just anything
You
that.
started podcasting before Joe Rogan too, right? I think so.
No, I think I listened to podcasts before
Okay.
Joe Rogan.
I was
had a
trying to give you
podcast.
credit, but
Thank you. No, I didn't.
I was trying to fucking.
No, I've not recorded podcasts before Joe, but I was aware of them before Joe Rogan. But yeah, so any weird, ugly sandals. So he got me Birkenstocks, but he got me white Birkenstocks, and I thought they were a little feminine. So I returned them and got fake ones.
And
from Walmart.
was he mad about that or?
No, he didn't care.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys live together?
We're next door neighbors. We live in the same building right next door.
Oh,
to
that's
each other.
dope. But you would never live with him.
Well, when he first moved to LA, he stayed on my couch for 3 months.
Yeah.
And it's fine. We get along. He's a good roommate, but I like having my own place.
Yeah, of course.
I've been
I'm the
Airbnb-ing my
opposite.
second bedroom for the last month, 30 days from some stranger from Russia. Again, he's super nice, quiet, good roommate, clean.
Yeah.
But he has 5 more days and I'm counting down. the
Wait,
days till I have my own
why
place
is he
again.
here during a fucking pandemic? What is he doing? Is he getting
So
intel? Like,
his
what is?
story is that he planned this whole vacation kind of as it was happening before it was really going down. So he kind of got stuck here.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I might as well quarantine. And his job is remote. So he said, well, I might as well quarantine in a foreign place rather than go home. So that's
Interesting.
his
Yeah. And
version
now he's
of
got
the
to fly
story.
to Russia in 6 days.
In 6 days, I don't know what he's planning. In 6 days, he's out of my apartment.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
He asked me to extend. And
what'd you say?
I said, oh, sorry, my brother's coming to stay with me.
Oh, damn.
Not true.
Yeah.
Made it up.
I hope he watches this
I
unlicensed
want-
therapy.
He added me on Facebook.
Did he?
I want my place back. And he's great. I have nothing bad to say about him.
Yeah, now you
It's
have
just-
nothing bad to say
It's
about
just
him.
I want my place back. That's it.
Okay.
It's a reasonable
No,
thing.
it is. I can't live alone. I lived alone for like 6 months in New York for my show. I want to kill myself every night.
And you live with your brothers.
I live with my brothers in LA, but it got to a point where like the first couple months in New York weren't that bad. I would like go to work and then I'd come home at probably about like 8, 9 o'clock.
Maybe you'll want to live alone when you get a little older.
No,
I'm a lot older
I just
than
want a
you.
big house with all my friends to live in it.
So you just want that entourage life.
Yeah. No, not
I think you'll grow out of it. I think you're going to hit.
I
when you're
hate it.
28.
I
How old are
hate
you?
it.
23?
I'm 23. Yeah.
When you're 28, you're going to want your own place.
You think so?
Mark my words.
You're
you're gonna-
I will
here's
come
what
back
it
on
is.
this podcast and I will literally say, "Ari, I live in a big house with all my friends." and
Here's
I
what
love
it is. You're going to fall in love with a girl.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. You think right now no girl
Or
will
a
ever
guy,
love me.
dude. Don't be
Yeah.
fucking. Don't be
Right now you
close-minded.
think no one's ever going to love me. Someone's going to love you.
Okay.
And you're going to love them back. And
This is where I start crying.
then you're gonna fall in love. And during that time, you're either gonna want your own place so that you guys have more privacy,
Yeah.
or you're gonna get your own place together with this person.
Okay, but then what happens when you?
then you guys are gonna break up,
Yeah.
and you're gonna not want to go back to having a bunch of friends once you've lived that lifestyle of being alone.
I highly disagree. Because then once you break up, you want to be with your boys. You
For
want
a
to
little
go out.
bit, yeah, you want to see them,
Yeah.
but then you're gonna live with them, and you go, I need to go
Dude,
back to live my
I
own
hated
place.
living alone so much in New York. Like I would.
How
have-
long did you?
I liked having girls come over because, like, when you bring girls back and your brothers are around, they see them, so they got to be top of the line. You know what I mean? But
Oh, I don't care about
but
that.
if you're alone in your apartment, you'd be like, all right, no one will. You know what I mean? It'll be fine. You can. So
I'm
you can,
really
so you can
picky.
have different.
Yeah.
I'm not picky at all. I love really big women. I love really skinny women. Black. Like I love all types of women. But
That's so awesome. I wish I had that.
yeah, dude.
Because then
it's
it's
the
just
best. It's the best. But
Whatever you see.
I
is up
feel
for
like
the
my
grabbing.
brothers aren't like that. They're like, she needs to be fucking. So I only bring like really hot girls home.
But why do you care?
I know, I shouldn't
You just want to
care.
get instead of when they make fun of you for it, you go, yeah, I'm lucky.
Yeah, I guess.
I get it whenever I want it.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I love big women. Like, but I feel like
Big women or
Like,
thick women?
big women.
Like 300 pounds?
yeah, like I've done that, which I like.
300 pounds, like I'm talking.
It's so weird though because I will hook up with like a really big girl, and then the next day I'll be like, like I want to hook up with like a really 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 skinny chick, and then I'll
Sure,
hook
you
up with
like
a
it all.
skinny chick.
But
Yeah.
okay, you like fat women, not big women.
Like I have, like it's not like I'm not like scouring the internet for just big women, but I'm saying like it doesn't turn me off.
You're so lucky.
I know. Yeah.
What about dudes? You like dudes?
No, I'm good with the dudes.
What about lady boys?
I've thought about this. I don't think I could.
Oh, that means you could.
No, I don't. Like I just think, like I don't have anything against the situation, but I feel like if I saw a penis, I would go soft. And then
if they hit it really well.
Yeah, I probably
if
could.
they tied it to their belly button and, then you did doggy style.
Yeah.
You'd be fine.
I would try and I would see like, because there are some that are beautiful. There are some beautiful trans women. But I just feel like if I did see a dick, like I would go soft. But that's just me.
It's exciting.
Yeah. What about you? Could you?
No.
Like Jim Norton, doesn't he like...
Yeah,
is he open about it?
He's into fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I could not. Sam Tripoli told me that I'll get into it later in life.
Okay, Sam Tripoli says that everyone's going to get into everything later in life.
He's like, as you get older, you'll get more wild.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm not that wild.
Yeah.
I'm old enough.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'll come back on when we talk about my...
Would you ever, if you were dating someone really famous,
yeah,
would you ever release a sex tape to just increase your clout? Get you more work?
Because I don't have a fucking pipe, dude. It's not big enough to fucking release a sex tape.
Would you use a penis pump to film a sex tape? So
Does that make your dick bigger?
I've never used one, but I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
it pumps more blood into your dick, which makes it bigger.
I wouldn't want to see the way... I wouldn't want people to see the way that I fuck. I would just want it to be getting head in it, maybe.
Or her riding you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respectable.
Her on top.
Yeah.
So you would have no problem if there was a tape out there on the world?
No, see, I don't know. Like, depending, does it help my career or does it fuck it up?
It helps it because this will be like 10 years from now, and let's just pretend like you didn't, you're working, but you're not, you're not where you want to be.
Yeah.
And this is with someone really famous. Somehow you nabbed,
like Ariana Grande or something.
Like Ariana Grande. And
release it. Get it the fuck out. Can we get this going now?
All right, now we know your priorities lie. You're just a fame whore, dude. You're an attention fame whore. I thought you were a thespian. I used to look at you and go, yeah, he's a fun, nice guy who likes comedy, but he's also a thespian. Now I'm like, he's not a thespian.
Yeah, no. If it came out and it would be able to see, in the sense of I hate the idea of fame. I hate it never made sense to me why people who are actors are famous. I get it because it makes sense that they're in your living room and you feel close to them and you see them, but it just doesn't make sense to me to be like, oh my God, they bought this, so I have to buy this. Like it doesn't correlate, but I do use TikTok and I do use Instagram and I do use ways for fame to be able to get the roles that I want.
You say use Waze for fame?
No, like other ways, like social media ways to get fame so I can get the roles that I want eventually.
Right.
So obviously I know that it's
you know that it matters. You're aware
matters,
if you have if you have a big following, you're more likely to get casted because then and it's a sad truth. It's a sad truth, but I wish I could have no social media, no bullshit, no anything, and then I can just do whatever movie I want. So if you were an A-list movie star. Yeah, delete everything. No, you would not. Yeah, I would. You delete it all? I really would. Because I even hate it now. Like, just the shit people say to me, I'm like, why? Why do you go out of your way to do this shit? It's just, I hate it now, but I know it's necessary. It's a necessary evil. But once I get there, I'm probably just going to... Would you still have a smartphone or would you go flip phone? Oh, I'd have a smartphone. Yeah. I love texting. Like, I love reading the stuff. Like, I'll still probably have, like, private accounts. I have a private Instagram where I post way more. I have like thousands of posts. Oh, really? Yeah. Just you have like a Finsta? Yeah, Finsta, yeah. So I have like 30 of my closest friends on there. And then I have like a public account, but I post way more on my private account because I don't want fucking... There's a guy that like follows me around in New York. Like there's just like... You have a stalker? Yeah. He's not a stalker. He's very respectable and nice. But if I post that I'm anywhere... He shows up and it's just a lot. And does he love you? Yeah, he's nice. He's very nice. And is he in love? Like if you said, hey, do you want to make out? He might be. He does this with a lot of celebrities. So, but one time, it's a really funny story. He called, I posted, I was going back to New York and he called the airline and was like, he tried to figure out what flight I was on. He figured it out. So he was... Oh, so he could wait for you at the airport? So he waited for me at the airport at JFK.
And I had a driver, so the driver had a sign up, and he was waiting with the driver. And then
What did he say to the driver? Oh, I'm friends with him?
I don't know what he said. The driver was just there. And then I kind of have it all documented because I put it on my Instagram story because I thought it was hilarious. But I had like 4 or 5 big bags, and the driver was this old guy, and he couldn't carry them. And I didn't want to carry them. So he carried my bags to the car that the driver was driving me in. And I had
Did
him
you
carry the
tip him?
bags. No, I didn't tip him. I just talked to him for like 10
Does
minutes.
he have social awareness? Why does he
Yeah, he
think that
does.
that would be
I don't know.
okay?
I don't know.
Does he think you're friends?
No, he doesn't think we're friends. Because he does, like, if you go to his Instagram, he just takes pictures with all celebrities. It's all he does all day long. I literally went to go see a Tim Dillon show in New York. I posted like, super excited seeing Tim. And he's waiting outside at the stand. I don't even know how he knew I was there. And I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
He's got
He waits outside. Dude, we had
He's
one
mentally
night.
ill.
We had one. I don't know if he's mentally ill, but I just think he loves celebrities. And I'm not even a fucking celebrity. But there was one night.
He
It
should
was
become a TMZ reporter
It
or
was
something.
negative 10 degrees, and he waited outside my trailer for like 2 hours, and I didn't even know he was there because I would have just went out, whatever, talked to him, and then let him go home. But I'm just sitting in my trailer because we're behind, and he's been out there for like 2 hours. I'm like, dude, go home. I'm not fucking worth it, dude. I fucking suck, dude. What are you doing here?
That's sick.
Yeah.
You should make out with him. Just
I
give
think
him-
so, too. I
Give
think
him a
I'm
little
gonna. You want to have a
something
threesome?
for all the work.
Yeah.
I'll film it.
Okay, cool.
You could do it right here. I was thinking this would actually be a great idea for a porno series that I want to direct secretly. Like, I don't want to publicly direct porno, but this is a porn company I fantasize
Well,
about
it's not even. There's no stigma against it anymore. Bella Thorne just did it.
Isn't she a porn star?
No, Bella Thorne's like a Disney actress.
She did porn?
She's like pivoted into like doing crazier shit. No, she just directed a porn. She wasn't in
Really?
it. Yeah. I there's no
But
stigma.
I feel like
against
a
it anymore.
woman could get away with it because
That's
it's
true.
empowering.
Yeah, if like Ari did it, it'd be like,
It's
oh,
just,
it's
yeah, it's
creepy.
just creepy.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
But I think every guy, not every guy, a lot of guys
yeah.
have fantasized about making a porn, even if they're not in it. They're like, oh, that'd be a fun job to make a porn when they're horny.
I don't know.
So not you.
Yeah, not me.
Okay, well, I have
Who's your
that
favorite porn
fantasy.
star?
I don't have a favorite. I have a bunch of
you're
favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, you're weird.
But here's my porno idea. So it's just a series shot right in here, where first the porn star interviews another porn star, and they, just a normal kind of like this conversation, or maybe it's about their life, who they are, and then they go into fucking. So it's like you get to know
like
the
halfway
person.
through.
Or after the interview.
Yeah, okay.
All right, you ready to do this? And then we get out.
I think
with
they have
all the cameras.
they have parts of that. Where there's this thing.
They have like little interviews, of like to like talking to the casting couch type interviews.
Yeah.
But I want this to be an actual
A full
half
podcast.
hour to hour
Nice.
podcast. Maybe it would switch to a couch because this would be hard to have sex on this table.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be hard; it would just be uncomfortable.
But see, I think that wouldn't work because like I don't want to be like disrespectful to those women, but a lot of them are just in it for the money, and like a lot of them are like,
Well, they'd get paid.
I know, but when you hear them talk, like they're not super interested or interesting in
Sure, a lot of them are
sense.
dum-dums.
Yeah, I guess
A lot of
that's
them
a
are
nice way to say it.
uneducated dum-dums.
Yeah, exactly.
But some people like that. Some people are like, "Oh yeah, this girl's so fucking dumb. I
Yeah,
can't wait
yeah.
to watch her get fucked."
That's true. Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. Well, my favorite porn star is Abella Danger. You didn't ask me, but that's who it is. Abella,
I've heard of
Abella,
her.
if you're watching Unlicensed Therapy with Ari Mannis, DM me on Instagram.
You never know. Why don't you DM her? Have you tried that?
Yeah. No, actually, I
You
don't think
answered it
I don't think I
so
have.
quickly.
I actually don't think I
I
have.
know you have,
But
by the way you
you
answered
have a
it.
blue check mark too, so you use that power, right?
I mean, I don't think. Do you actually think a blue checkmark gets people to respond more?
Well, I don't think people really give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But when you slide into someone's DMs, the blue check mark is first. So I have like 100.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have like
You're
100.
prioritized at the top?
Yeah, blue check marks first.
That I did not know.
Yeah. So if you go to requests, you have like message requests. And
If there's one from blue checkmark, it's at the top.
first. So that's what I mean by I'm not like, oh, cool, you're a fucking blue check mark. Like, who gives a
I
shit?
didn't know that. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ari's
There's
gonna
some
fucking
perks.
leave
Yeah.
right now.
The only thing I've noticed about the blue check mark is since I've got it, a lot of comedians have messaged me. How
to
do I
get
get
it?
that?
Did you get a publicist? How'd you do it?
Are you looking for the perfect gift for your mom or dad or grandparents during this crazy time? I'm not able to visit them as often as I'd like to, which is why I love the Skylight frame. It's a touchscreen photo frame you can email photos to, and they appear in seconds, so mom or your other loved ones can see your favorite moments. Right now, staying in touch with the people you love is more important than ever. And the easiest way to do it is with Skylight, a photo frame you can email photos to anytime from anywhere. It's a great way to feel close to those you love, even when you're separated. Multiple people can send photos to the frame, so it's a great way to keep a large network of families in touch. Since me and my family are so far from each other, I got them a Skylight, and it's been great to keep them updated on what I'm up to, especially since they aren't as good with technology as some of my friends are, so I'm not able to text them photos or send them DMs on Instagram. Now, as a special holiday offer, you can get $10 off your purchase of a Skylight frame when you go to skylightframe.com/therapy and enter code therapy. That's right. To get $10 off your purchase of a Skylight frame, just go to skylightframe.com/therapy and enter code therapy. That's SKYLIGHTFRAME.com/therapy, THERAPY. Support Skylight Frame and support me and Unlicensed Therapy. Let's get back to the show.
Have you heard of Birthright? It's a free trip to
23
Israel
and Me.
for Jews. So if you have any sort of, if either your parents are Jewish,
Yeah.
you can get a free paid trip to Israel.
Okay.
Vacation.
And what if I have a girl that I used to have sex with that's Jewish?
I don't think that counts,
Okay.
but I would try anyway.
Okay.
You never know.
Yeah.
They just want to. I think they're just trying to pay. They have a certain amount of money and they want to pay for people to go to Israel.
Okay, cool.
But you have to say I'm Jewish, even if you're not. You just go, oh yeah, no, I'm Jewish.
And then they just put you on a flight.
Pretty much.
First class?
Okay. I've always thought of myself, not first class. I've always thought of myself as a non-Jewish Jew. You know, my name's Ari. I'm like, I don't identify much. I'm not religious. I don't know anything about being Jewish. I'm just like, don't feel Jewish. I feel American over Jewish.
Okay.
I feel white over Jewish, even though I'm still Jewish. But so I thought going into this, I'm going to be the least Jewish person on this trip. No, I was the most Jewish person.
Really?
The people on this who were going to Birthright were like, "Oh yeah, my stepdad's Jewish. Oh yeah,
That's
the
crazy.
least
They just
Jewish
wanted
people."
it's like
They just
some
wanted the
southern
free
guy. I
trip.
just want a free trip.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
There was a black guy on the trip. I'm like, "You're Jewish?" And he's like, "Yeah," but it's like, it was so many non-Jews. But anyway, someone on that trip was a publicist, and on that trip, they forced me to do stand-up. They found out I was a stand-up comedian because of social media when I added a few of them. The last day of the trip, we're at these things called the Bedouin tents, I think. I forget the name of them, but it was these big tents that tribes slept in, like no electricity, all sorts of weird things. I come out, and they all start chanting. All the people who I've been 2 weeks in Israel with, like, "Do stand up, do." Or I don't remember.
That's such a bad
Yeah,
chant.
they weren't chanting.
Do stand up.
They were
do.
like, I don't remember what they were chanting, but they all start like,
Ari.
yeah, maybe
Ari.
that's what they're Ari, and they were telling me to do stand up, and that's the last thing I want to do.
Yeah.
Is do stand up for a bunch of people I hung out with at a Bedouin tent, no microphone,
Yeah.
spotlight,
No mic?
No,
Yeah,
because
no, fuck
no
that.
electricity.
It's basically,
just, there's a fire. It's just the worst environment for
Yeah.
stand-up. All these people who you've hung out with for 2 weeks, and this is my own insecurity, but secretly I'm thinking that they're going to kind of root against me because how fun would it be to see someone
the guy bomb. Yeah, of course.
So
I'd want you to bomb.
So I'm insecure. I don't want to perform in front. I don't like, even in general now, I don't like performing for people I know. If you were like, "Hey, can I come to your show?" I'd be like, "Yeah." But deep down, I'd rather just be all strangers so I can not give a fuck.
I agree with that
Yeah.
because I don't let my parents come to set.
Right. It's like you probably, if you were dating a girl and she wanted to come to set, eventually you have to see what you do. Maybe you let her come one day.
Yeah.
But it's not something you want.
Yeah.
It's not something you're like, "Oh yeah, come with me to set."
I don't let anyone. I'm uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
And mainly stand up, I feel like is different because it's fun. Being on set is so fucking boring. I'm like, you don't really know
but
what it's going to be like.
You say that because it's a job for you and you've done it 100 times. Being on set's fun if you've never experienced that and you're there for one day or half a day or whatever it is.
Yeah, I guess because I had that kid who was on my show, the kid who played for the Rangers. He's like, there was a couple other Rangers players. They're like, we want to come to set and hang out and watch. And I'm like, yeah, of course you can. But the way I am is, and it's kind of like something in my mind too, where even when I'm hanging out with people that I don't normally hang out with, I always want them to feel like they're having fun around me. It's like
Sure. Exactly. Then you feel responsible for them there.
Exactly.
Hey, there's snacks over there if you want, and you're all of a sudden a chaperone.
And then they're like sitting there and they're like, they see the same scene 76 times. And I'm like, how could this be fun for you? So
and it might affect your performance a little bit, even if you don't realize it. You're like,
one of my biggest days of the season for the show, the new show that I'm doing, my mom was on set for, but just because
what's the new show you're doing?
It's called Ghost. It's on Stars. Yeah.
So you're on 2 shows now.
That show spun off into this show. So I was on
2
Power.
different shows. Oh,
Yeah.
Power ended?
Power ended. And then now I'm one
So
of the...
if Power was big enough for a spin-off, why didn't they just keep Power going?
Because so the lead of Power wound up getting killed.
In real life?
No. In the show.
Got it.
And then by his son. And then they spun that off. So me and the son are together in the new spinoff. That's all I can say. Yeah.
And has it come out yet?
No, it'll come out like in the summer, I think. But we still don't know what's going on with coronavirus.
Because of delays and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, my biggest day, my mom was on set because I was having like these weird like itches. I thought I was fucking dying. So my mom drove up from Rhode Island because that's where she lives. And yeah, it affected me a little bit. So I could see how that could affect you.
Yeah, you want to do good for them. You want to be whatever.
You're in your head. Yeah.
You're in your head.
All right, so go on.
So I'm in Israel. They're chanting Ari, do stand up. I literally run away. I go, I don't want to do that because they've been asking me they've been hinting towards that the whole trip. And the whole time I was like, hey, that's the last thing I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to do stand up for you guys. If you really want to see me when we're back in LA, come to one of my shows. That's what I said. I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to do stand up for a bunch of people I know on this trip.
Yeah.
But they're chanting it. And here's what it secretly was, is the guy who was organizing the whole trip, our leader who was getting paid to be there. I had found he for some reason, even though we were all like 25, 24 years old, he was treating us like kids the whole trip.
Yeah.
And he had our trip itinerary and he was keeping it a secret. He goes, it's a surprise. Everything we're going to do is organized by me. And it's a surprise. I'm like, I'm 24 years old.
Yeah.
Tell me what we're going to do.
Yeah. Oh, so this was like 6 years ago.
This was, 24, 25. So I was, in my head, I hated the guy because he was treating us like we were kids. One day, he gets up to go to the bathroom, and I see his trip itinerary on his seat on the bus. I quickly take a picture of it on my phone, and I release it to the group chat, and I'm like, WikiLeaks, and I put it out, the whole itinerary, and he hated me from then on out.
Really?
So I think he was the one who organized me doing stand-up. Anyway, so they're chanting for me to do stand-up.
He was actually pissed?
He was genuinely pissed because he wanted to keep it a secret for the whole 2 weeks. And this was day 3 or something. And I just took a picture of the whole trip.
That's some
and
shit I would
then
do
from the
too.
rest of the trip, we all knew what we were going to do. And it was there was nothing in there that needed to be a secret. It was just
dinner.
It was literally just, I don't know if it was a power thing or what. Yeah, it was what we were having for dinner and what city we were going to and what activity we were going on a hike on this day.
Yeah.
It was stuff that was good to know. So we could prepare for it in whatever way we wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe he did it so some people wouldn't, complain about certain things or cancel. But whatever. I'm 24 years old. That's not how I want to be treated.
Yeah.
That's just me. Even though it was a free trip and I shouldn't be complaining. But I was. I'll find a way to complain. Maybe I am Jewish. So they're chanting. I run away. I go to the bathroom. I literally stay there for 10 minutes.
Slim Shady style, you throwing up or what?
No, I'm planning on not doing it.
Oh, okay,
I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're chanting my name. I'm not doing stand up for them.
If he got you a microphone, I could see at least doing that. But
It was next to a fire on the ground.
Yeah.
No stage, no
No way.
microphone, no lighting, no seats for no audience. I mean,
way.
there was audience, the people who knew me the whole time, so there was no strangers. It was the worst possible scenario a stand-up comedian could hope for.
Yeah.
Or at least I could hope for.
Yeah.
So I'm in the bathroom. Literally felt like I stayed there for 10 minutes, took a dump, washed my face, just chilling in there, walking out thinking
we're
they're
good.
going to be on to their next thing.
Uh-huh.
I walk out, they immediately start chanting again. And I guess I caved. And I'm like, okay, you want me to stand up? They're like, yeah. So I do like 10 minutes next to this. Basically like someone would tell a bonfire story.
Yeah.
I'm doing stand up. And it surprisingly went really well.
Oh, nice.
They laughed. They loved it. They had all liked me. I realized I was just being insecure. They all knew me, liked me. I was making them laugh
But
the
I don't
whole
even
trip.
think that's insecurity. I think like it's you don't do stand up without a microphone. That's like my number
Right.
one. Yeah, it's like that. If they
I
had
was
a
in
mic,
shorts and sandals.
and Birkenstocks.
I was in, or those hiking, even uglier than
Yeah.
Birkenstocks. Those like Israeli hiking. So
Okay,
anyway, it was
yeah.
the worst scenario. I did it. It went really well. Stayed in touch with the publicist from there, and he's like, "Hey, I can do this for you if you want." And I'm like,
Nice.
sure.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it. So
Free
all in
trip.
all, thank you, because Ari did stand up that night. He was able to fuck that girl from USC. Fuck yeah, dude.
That's true. No, I mean overall the trip. Okay, you get a free trip.
Yeah.
That's worth it in itself.
Yeah.
Hooked up with a few girls on the trip.
And you probably got some confidence from doing the stand up.
Yeah, but
Little bit.
I don't know. But
I feel like
would've
every
been
time you leap
standing
like
up
some
every
type
time.
of hurdle, it's like, oh, like that's not as bad as I thought. You know what I mean?
Right, maybe it makes it easier if I ever have to do that again.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll never do that again.
Yeah, no.
If that, in retrospect, I mean, even though it went well,
Yeah.
I should have just been like, hey, respect what I'm asking you guys. I don't want to do
Yeah.
this. I
Do
don't
you
want
still
to
do
this
some of the
for-
same bits?
I don't think so.
But it is kind of the same insecurity that I have where I just always want people to be having a good time. So did you feel like you were kind of ruining the mood by not doing it?
Well, originally I didn't care, and I
Yeah.
went in the bathroom. But then when they're chanting 2 different times after
Yeah.
10 minutes, I'm like, man, they're not going to let. I'm like, I might as well do it because it seems like they're not going to let up on it.
Yeah.
So I did it, and it paid off.
Yeah.
It was worth it. Yeah, got the
Blue check.
blue check, the
Fuck
Jewish
yeah,
blue
dude.
check.
Fuck yeah.
And
That is really blue check.
But yeah, the biggest thing about the blue check is just making your friends jealous
Oh, of course.
with it.
And I wield it like I just comment on people's stuff that I wouldn't normally comment on.
Like
Just-
celebrities.
yes, I do that too. Yeah. But,
just like
but
old
just
friends.
like old people from
Like
like
from
high school that I don't even like talk to anymore. And they'll just comment and be like, oh, miss her. Like it's like a picture of her and her mom. And I'm like, I haven't talked to you in 6 years, but you know. Because I hope like the guys
Yeah.
that didn't like me that they see it. And they're
I'm
like,
not friends with anyone from high school.
Oh, you're
so
not?
if I commented,
See, mine was
with or
still like
without
only
it-
a couple of years ago. So
Oh, that's right. You're
yeah.
younger than me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. When I go to San Diego, this is a weird thing that happened to me. I don't think it's going to happen to you because
Yeah.
you're more family oriented,
Yeah.
and I could see you having longer friendships than
Mm-hmm.
me. But when I go to San Diego, I literally have no friends left there.
Really?
I literally go there and see my family.
Yeah.
And that's it. I've none of my friends from high school I'm still in contact with. I have a few friends from college that are scattered throughout the country
Yeah.
that I'll talk to. But yeah, when I go to high school or when I go to San Diego, I
Yeah,
got no one.
I feel this. I mean, I hang out with like a couple people, but all everyone really cares about is just getting fucked up, and it's small town. You know what I mean? It's small town Rhode Island, so that's all everyone wants to do. When I went home, because I was in New York, and then the coronavirus stuff happened, so I went to hide out in Rhode Island for a little bit to just wait it out. There was my next door neighbor that I met, and he's like this 12-year-old kid, and
He was your buddy.
we hung out I swear to God, we hung out every day for like 3 weeks.
You are that type of guy where you could kind of get along with anyone.
Yeah,
I feel like.
I actually just made a new 12-year-old friend. I was driving my car down the street in Burbank.
And do you touch them?
No, I
Do you
never.
hug them
once.
goodbye?
No, I don't.
You don't even
touch.
hug 'em?
No, because I would be because I don't ever want the like. I actually like hanging out with younger kids because they don't give a fuck about anything and they say what's on their mind. And you,
I'm just gonna take the clip of you saying I actually like hanging out with younger kids.
Fuck.
play
Damn,
it
my
on
career's
repeat.
over. But have you seen Big Time Adolescence?
Uh-uh.
It's almost kind of like you're the cool guy to these younger kids. So it's like kind of fun to hang out with them, and plus they don't censor themselves. They don't give a fuck, so it's almost funnier.
I've had to hang out with kids just not because I like hanging out with kids, but
Yeah.
I've been a camp counselor,
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that, or I used to teach kids guitar lessons. I do not enjoy it.
You
at
don't
all.
like it?
No, it's just
I think it's fun.
kids are even the smart kids are just I don't know, they're just so I can't relate to them.
Yeah, I like this kid because he was a hockey player, and
Would
I
help.
played hockey, and he comes from the same kind of family, like they're fucking crazy. So, but I was driving down the street in Burbank, and I just saw this jump in the middle of the street, like just a ramp, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And this kid on a scooter just scooting around, and
Oh, I saw this video.
yeah, and I rolled down the window, and goes, "Yo, hit it!" And he went off the thing. It did the sickest trick ever. And then like I
Yeah.
followed him when I got home, and then I DM'd him. I was like, "Yo, like, would you do that again?" He's like, "Yeah," and I was just like talking to him, like
He did a tail whip. I saw
It
that
was
video.
sick.
Yeah, he did. That,
Yeah,
and he
he
just
he
did
just
it
went
like
for it. He
nothing.
just went. I was like,
It was like a
dope.
pretty hard trick, and he just kind
I
of
need
did
to
it
fill
like
that
nothing.
12-year-old void in my heart. But yeah, that other kid, I literally hung out with him and then he calls me now and he goes, "Yo, like, I'm talking to this girl, and you know, we were on Snapchat together, like doing all this shit." And then I like talk him through it. He's like, "I'm nervous." And then one time he was like, he was talking to me about sex, and he goes, "I feel like a bad kid because I had sex." And I was like, "You're fine." Like he felt.
Wait, he's 12 and he has sex
I
with
think
this
he's
girl?
13.
Still pretty young.
Yeah, it's
to
young.
be fucking.
But he's like, yeah, I felt.
He said, I was Snapchatting this girl and then we had sex.
Yeah, he was Snapchatting this girl and he felt weird about it, and then they had sex, and then he was almost. He felt bad that he had sex. I'm like, nah, dude, trust me, it's gonna be the opposite.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
I was 13 as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, for me, at 13, I wanted sex.
Yeah.
And I think I was Googling
Or I was
pictures.
14. I was 14.
I used to Google Britney Spears nude. Mm-hmm. And it was not even a real picture of her naked.
Yeah,
but
it was
I was so
face
young
in
that I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I thought it was a real picture of Britney.
Face and hole. Remember that app?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know this is before apps. There wasn't even smartphones when I was looking this up.
Yeah.
This was just.
That's when I started watching porn too, when there was no smartphones. And I watched a lot of porn.
Yeah.
Like I was really, I think I started watching porn when I was 11 or 12.
Okay, so yeah, you were sexually frustrated at a young
And I think
age.
I was jerking off like in 5th grade. Too much information, but yeah.
And like to climax.
Oh yeah, but nothing would come out. It'd be air.
Yeah, yeah.
You remember that?
That was the first few
You remember
times,
the air
yeah.
comms? They were so much better.
So
You
yeah,
didn't have to clean
13,
anything up.
I wanted sex,
Yeah.
but in retrospect,
yeah.
13-year-olds should not be having sex.
Yeah, I agree.
It would have been
I agree.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't even remember the first time I said, like, it probably was terrible.
And you know what else? It'd be terrible for sure, but then you'd want it
More.
way more.
Yeah.
And then like it's not healthy, I think, for a 13-year-old to be chasing pussy
I
around.
felt the opposite. I felt once I had it, I was like, I'm not a virgin anymore. I mean, it came easier, but like I just, because I swagged a little bit more once I lost that V card, and then it just
Maybe.
came to you.
Yeah. Maybe
No,
that's true.
no, but I just feel like once you did it, you're like, oh, cool, I can say I'm not a virgin anymore, and then you don't really chase it anymore. You feel me? Or you're the
I
opposite.
still chase it. But you don't chase girls? You don't chase girls?
Not really. It's not that.
If you
it's
see
more-
a hot
it's-
girl,
it's
you
all
won't say,
the
"Can I
chase-
get your number?"
I will, but it's all the chase for me. I think sex is the least fun part.
Right. So you chase.
Yeah. But like, it's not the sex that I want. It's the is
Knowing
this
that
girl
you
gonna
could have
say that
sex.
she wants me? Yeah, then we're good.
Sometimes this happens where I'll be talking to a girl and I'll kind of like something is said
Yeah.
to where I know I could hook up with her
Yeah,
if
and
I
then
want
you
to,
got-
and then I'm kind of
and then
over
you're
it.
not interested.
I mean, if I like the girl, I still will be. But
Yeah.
sometimes I go, I guess I wasn't that interested.
Yeah,
'cause
I
now I'm
know.
kinda over it.
But when the
And
girl's
it's
like,
just totally subconscious too. It's not like a thing I plan.
when she's ignoring you,
head.
you're like, fuck, how do I? It's like you're like working harder, and then
Yeah.
once you get it, you're like, damn it, you cracked.
And that's why I think having sex early in the relationship is kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, sometimes your mind is just clouded with cum. And you think that you like love this chick.
And then once you fuck, you're like, see, that's the
Yeah.
worst part to me is like the girls, like a lot of times when I start talking to a girl, my intention is not sex. It's not
Sure.
at all. But then once you do have sex with them,
It changes things.
it changes everything. And then they're like, oh, you only wanted me for sex. And I was like, no, I actually like didn't want you for sex. But now that we had sex,
I realized I did.
yeah, well, maybe not even like I realized that I did, but like I truly, genuinely like did not just want to have sex with you. Like I liked you as a person, but there's something about sex that changes things, and then it's like, oh, you're not as invested and attracted to them anymore, which is obviously a fault on me. But then it
Maybe
only
not,
makes
though.
it seem like you're the asshole,
Yeah.
which I hate.
Which we are. We're assholes.
And then what I'll do is like even like when I'll hook up with someone, and once I finish, you come to your senses and you're like, oh fuck, like I don't have anything in common with this girl. Like why is she
Yeah,
here?
that's when do you want her to leave your room or stay in your room? If you want her to leave,
I don't bring him in my room. I'm always a couch guy because I don't.
but you live in a house with multiple people.
Oh, I just meant in my spot in New York. But
Oh,
yeah,
got it.
here in my room in LA, yeah, obviously in my room. I'm a couch guy. Everyone has to watch. No,
I was going to ask you about Rhode Island. Is it? I know it's like a regular state in the country.
yeah.
Does
What's one of the 50?
Does it feel like an island?
It feels like it anywhere else.
Then how come they call it Rhode Island?
I have no. It's not even an island.
Well, I know it's not an island, but
Yeah.
maybe it feels like one because it's so little.
Like where I grew up, it was like the country.
Is there one road that's Rhode Island? Is there Rhode Island Road?
What do you mean? Like,
Is there a street called Rhode Island Road?
I mean, there's a street in Brentwood that's Rhode Island Ave.
But not in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. I used to live right near it.
Oh, wait. near it or in it?
In
Brentwood.
Brentwood. There was
Yeah,
a street,
yeah.
Rhode Island Ave.
Did you like going on it because it reminded you of home?
A little bit. We used to make funny Instagram stories. Me and my best friend from high school who moved out here with me. There was a girl that I had a tragic breakup with, and
From high school?
From high school, and I used to run up to the sign and be like, "Katie," and then we'd record it and put it on my story.
Did Katie see you?
She saw a lot of them. Yeah.
Did she think it was funny? Or
Oh,
no?
I don't know. I have a blue check mark now, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Katie. No. She honestly, like, I fucked up. I went on a podcast. It was called My Firsts. And I always go on a podcast and tell way more than I should. Obviously, we're talking
Yeah.
about having sex
I
with
have to
trans.
edit all this out.
It's okay. But I went on a podcast, and apparently she obviously has watched a ton of my stuff that I go
that
on.
means she still likes you, I think.
But I did a podcast where she was my prom date, and I had a fucking crazy prom night. Like 40 of us
With
got
her?
arrested. Yeah, with her. And I told the story, but I really did shit on her and said she was like a shitty prom date, and I didn't really like her, like all this stuff that I just was honest about. And she like
hurt.
it dropped, and then 40 minutes later, like it came out, and then she listened to the whole thing, and then texted me right at the end of it, and
Fuck
said,
you.
"Yeah," and said like, "Wow, I listened to your fucking podcast, you asshole." And I was like, I felt so bad. I was like, no, like, because you're trying to be funny, you're trying to make the people laugh on the podcast, and I was like, fuck, I can't believe I did that.
You felt bad about it.
Yeah, but then we met up in New York when I was filming because she came to New York for something, and we walked around. Times Square and talked for like a couple
I'm the
hours.
type of guy. Every ex I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating, but I'll just say every ex I've ever had has now blocked me on all
Really?
social media, or I've blocked them.
Why?
For me, I can't go back to being. Well, first off, every girl I've ever dated, we were never friends. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
like we became friends.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But we started dating.
Yeah, yeah.
So when it ends,
Yeah,
there's
it's like-
not like, well, I'll be your friend now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, how could we just go to being from never friends to fucking to friends? It doesn't work in my brain.
No, I agree.
Maybe I'm not mature enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. So when it ends, even if it ends nicely, then it's like I don't want to see them on social media. I don't want to see who they're dating. I don't want, it's just
Well,
kind of
see, my thing is,
uncomfortable.
I just don't want to make any enemies. Like, because in the sense of where, because you obviously are your most vulnerable when you're with someone like that, and you tell them things. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, if I make an enemy with this girl, like she could just like release everything I've ever said to her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you've had thousands and thousands of text messages. Like, she could easily.
Oh yeah, they have blackmail for sure.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I never want to make an enemy. And
But hopefully you get to know them enough during the
I
relationship
guess.
to know that they're not that type of person.
Yeah,
Hopefully
well,
you're not.
Most of the girls that I like are that type of person. So
I'm not making a girl my girlfriend if she's that type of person. Hopefully.
yeah. See, the hot ones are always that type of person, you know?
No,
They're
that's not
crazy.
true.
That's true. If you're hot, you blackmail. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Might be true.
Yeah.
In LA, it might be. It's definitely true.
Yeah, LA girls, yeah. Do you find success out here with LA girls, or no, not much? More San Diego.
No, less San Diego because I don't know anyone in San Diego.
Yeah.
But I find LA is tough to meet someone who's girlfriend material.
Uh-huh.
You meet a lot of girls who are cute.
Of course,
or
of course.
Girls you have crushes on, but then when it comes down to like actually wanting to settle down and
Yeah.
starting a family.
Yeah, you
I'm
don't
30 years old. I'm in kind of looking for a wife mode.
What about the road? Do you
Or
do well on the
girlfriend.
road?
Okay. It's
Yeah.
not like, it's never what people think. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people see comedians and view them as mini rock stars,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of,
yeah,
because
yeah.
they see them on stage for a half hour, just getting tons of laughs,
Yeah.
and the whole crowd loving them.
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, that guy's a rock star,
Yeah.
and you feel like one too
Yeah.
sometimes on stage. But then,
You get off and you're selling T-shirts.
yeah, well, yeah. As far as the
Yeah.
actual pay and
Yeah.
lifestyle, you're definitely not a rock star.
Yeah.
But not just that, you got to think about the audience. The average audience at a stand-up comedy show is not like hot single girls. Maybe it is
Yeah.
for Eliza Schlesinger or Chris D'Elia, but if you go to a typical comedy club crowd,
Yeah.
it's couples, old people, families,
Yeah.
sometimes mother daughters. It's not an activity that hot single girls are like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
you want to go check out the local comedian
Yeah,
tonight
yeah,
that the
yeah.
comedy club picked?
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing. I don't have enough fans
Yeah.
to where I'm actually selling tickets.
Although the Comedy Store is, there's a lot of groups of
Comedy
single
Store
girls
is
that
a
go
little
there.
bit. Comedy
Yeah.
Store a little
Every
bit
time I
because
go
it's
there,
become a cool spot.
There are groups of hot
But
girls
even
there.
then, at the Comedy Store is an interesting place because it's right in the heart of LA.
Mm-hmm.
So these groups, if there is groups of single girls, they're usually there to either support a friend in the belly room who's trying comedy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're there to see Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
They're not there to just the Comedy Store is more than normal, but the average comedy club on the road
you're right, yeah.
is just
Yeah.
comedy fans. It's dudes.
Yeah.
It's people who want to play video games with you after the show or get drunk or smoke weed. And it's not that rock star lifestyle. So it happens.
Yeah.
You do meet girls sometimes on the road, but it's never as much as people's imaginations. And I've had girlfriends who've gotten really jealous and insecure when I go on the road, but they don't realize it's like it's very lonely in my hotel room. Nothing.
You go from having you jerk off like 6 times,
all nonstop, the entire time, and you say to yourself, "I need to stop jerking off. This is too much. Like this is gonna affect me on stage if I do it again." And then you're like, "Well, there's nothing else to do," and you do it again. But you'll be on stage killing it for 30 minutes in front of hundreds of people, and you get off and you're high from it. I don't know if you've done like plays or something.
Of course.
Feeling, but if having a whole audience clap for you and you starring in something, you get off and it's this adrenaline rush. And it's a drug in a weird way. But then,
and then you go do heroin in the bathroom.
But then I'm in my, and then literally 20 minutes after I finish my set, I'm in bed in my hotel room, not going to sleep because of all this adrenaline. But just alone.
So you're eating some shitty fucking room service.
Exactly. Ordering room service, stopping at McDonald's.
I can already think of the exact type of fries in that fucking little Heinz ketchup bottle that they bring that you're fucking just dipping in sadness.
That's all it is. That's the road life. So it's not as glamorous.
Interesting.
As you think. But it makes it better when you're there with a friend, traveling with a Theo or whoever.
That's true.
And then at least you got them to be sad with.
It's
better to be sad with someone else.
And
so,
Theo's pretty good to be sad with because he's sad a lot.
Most nights end where we finish a show and then we look up, we go on Yelp and find a restaurant to go to. And then we're just sitting in a booth at some restaurant at 1 a.m. eating French fries.
Oh, damn.
It's pretty sweet. Do you have any issues in your life that you need help with that I could help you with?
Yeah, I am gay.
You are?
Yeah, I want to.
And you want it to come out right here?
No.
There's a podcast called WTF with Mark Maron. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
It's a big comedy podcast. There's a comedian named Todd Glass who came out of the closet on his podcast. It was
seriously?
It was a cool thing.
On the podcast?
Mm-hmm. I think he had come out already to his friends and family, but he came out publicly to the community.
Wow.
Okay,
well, I guess I got to do it now. I got to fucking
so it'd be really
that.
good for my numbers.
If
you did that. And then posted that you did.
What do I need help with? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I would say I need to be better about talking to, like, recently, especially during the lockdown, about talking to women. Like, I will talk to one girl all day long and be super interested, and then whatever happens, like she sends me nudes or like we have sex or something happens, and then I just can't talk to them anymore. And then I'll send them
as soon as sex happens, you mean?
As soon as something sexual happens. And then I'll text them a couple days later to for the next couple of days to make it feel better and like that I didn't just use them, and then it'll fizzle out and it's like, why the fuck do I do that?
You mean you lose interest?
Yeah.
Then you need to, when you do this, how many dates do you go on typically before you have sex with them?
Oh, not really a date. They just kind of like come over, I think.
Oh, well, that's the whole issue.
Okay, yeah, or maybe like one.
If you're
I'll
saying
take them
you
out.
want to find a girl to like?
No, I don't want a girlfriend, but I just want that to stop. I want to like repeat customers. You know what I mean? I want to like.
Then you gotta wait. It's so you know how if girls put out on the first date, a lot of times the guys kind of ghost them after.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, so I have to.
You got to pretend like you're the girl too, and if you want to keep seeing that girl or like her more, you gotta. Typically, I mean, there's exceptions to every rule. You might meet the girl of your dreams and you have sex on the first date, and you still want to keep seeing them.
Yeah.
But typically, if you're like, I really like this girl, you should. You have to. It takes willpower. Because you're horny and you guys make out for an hour and then you want to have sex.
You come in your pants and then you're horny again.
Or it's just like you don't plan on having sex with them, but then you make out for an hour and you dry hump and you're like, let's just have sex.
And you don't wear a condom and you have an STD.
100%.
It's just like a nightmare.
Story of my life. And then you get corona, and you get AIDS, and just your whole life changes. Your whole life changes the rest of your life. You have HIV, you have to take shots every day and insulin. So you have to have the willpower to have a girl come over, cuddle and watch a movie, and not have sex.
Okay.
Because then they're going to leave the next morning, and all you're gonna be is thinking about them. Man, I really like her.
Yeah.
So you got to trick your cum filled brain
Okay. Yeah.
into liking it.
Okay. So you actually
Okay.
think cum comes from your brain? You think?
Not like in the literal sense. I
Yeah.
don't think there's actual semen floating around in your skull.
Okay.
I know it's stored in the ball sack
Yeah,
area or
yeah.
somewhere around there, I believe.
Yeah.
But your brain
Does change when you come.
change. Yeah.
100%.
And I don't know
Anyone
if there's
can-
any
Does
science
it
to
for
back
women?
that, but I've experienced it.
No, 1,000% there has to be.
Um,
Because I'm like a whole different person when
I think it does for women too, but not
as much.
not as much,
Yeah.
not nearly the same overall. Of course, you know, you get every time you make a comment like guys are hornier than girls,
Yeah.
you get girls that go, "That's not true.
That's not true. I'm so
fucking horny
Yeah.
all the time."
Yeah. I got 9 dildos.
And number one, normally you investigate that and you go, "You're not."
Yeah.
And then sometimes you are, but you're the exception.
Yeah, yeah.
Most girls are not.
Yeah.
I've had.
She's like, I have 9 dildos. And you're like, well, I have 10 dildos. So you fucking
I have a dildo
in me
sewed
now.
onto my body.
yeah. I have a butt plug in right now. I do. Do you want to see it?
Is it a bead butt plug or just like
It's just one plug.
one plug?
Yeah, one plug. Yeah.
And
And it
one
holds in
there.
my farts during the podcast.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's graphic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send this to the director of Power. I'm gonna just you saying I have a butt plug in right now. I'm gonna cut that clip aside. I'm gonna find
This
the
is going to be used
director.
against me in like 10 years.
I'm gonna find the director of Power on Instagram.
Yeah.
and my DM is gonna be at the top of his
There's like 9 directors.
request. Well, I'm gonna DM all of them in a group chat.
Okay.
Just a clip of you saying I have a
I
butt plug.
It's just going to be, I like 12-year-old boys and I have a
And,
butt plug.
and then I'm gonna send them that clip, and then I'm gonna do a follow up message and go, just so you guys know, I'm available to read for the role whenever. And I'm gonna take the job, and I'm gonna be the Power Ranger.
Okay. I don't think they can, legally don't think they could fire me for saying I have a butt plug in.
There's loopholes.
You think so?
I mean, they might not fire you directly off of that. They
Yeah.
might not call you and say, "Hey, you can't do that. You're fired."
Yeah.
But they could find a reason. If they
Yeah, I guess
wanted
they
to.
could. Yeah.
They could be like, "Listen."
All right, I got to take it out.
And like you said, it's an African American predominant cast.
Correct.
They're not gonna like that at all.
No, I disagree.
They don't like gay stuff.
Dude, it's the there is a lot of homophobia, not on my set, but I like obviously you see on Black
In
Twitter.
culture.
There's like
Yeah.
there's a lot of homophobia, but my executive producer of the show is 50 Cent, so he goes
Have
on.
you met him?
Oh yeah, he comes to set all the time.
You hang out with 50 Cent?
Oh yeah, dude. I have the sickest video of him sitting in my chair, and I was like, "Can I make a video?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't care." And I walk in, I go, "You sitting in my chair?" And he like looks back, and my name's on the chair. He goes, "Oh man, I didn't know you were coming in here." It's a great video.
I want that's
I'll
so
show
funny.
you. But
How come you never got him on Theo's podcast?
I guess I just didn't want to ask. I think it would.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
a big
uncomfortable.
ask, but like
Yeah.
because also on Power, I wasn't one of the leads of it. I was just
Got
kind
it.
of a recurring character, so it'd be weird if I was like. But also, he fucking loves me. Like wherever we go,
That's
anywhere
awesome.
we go to like parties and stuff like that. He was
Is
like
he a gangster type or just kind of a rich guy type?
he's a combination of both.
Got it.
I think he doesn't give a fuck. Like he has gotten to the point where he fears no person, so he does whatever he wants.
Why would he?
But that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So him on social media, he calls out everyone, says whatever the fuck he wants, and it's like, well, he makes fun of trans people. You know what I mean? Like he does that stuff in a funny way. It's obviously like you have to
More
like,
of a joke for him.
Yeah, it's more of a joke, but. They can't really. I don't feel like they would say anything to me. You know what I mean? If the executive producer of the show does that, you know what I mean? It's like that's kind of like my thing behind it. I'm always respectful on social media. Like, yeah, I make jokes, but obviously, like the jokes, of like, yeah, like I'm
Is 50 Cent a nice guy?
the nicest human being
To
ever in
everyone.
my life. To everyone. Everyone
cool.
on set. He's super nice to everyone. Dude, one time he followed us. We were filming on location. He was filming his show for Life at a jail right down the street from us. And he drove his car behind us and got out. And then we were walking back to our trailers, me and my co-star, and he tackled him. And I thought it was just like some big, huge, like black guy, like fucking rob him. Like I didn't know what was gonna happen because also we film in like Queens and like
Yeah,
not great
weird
areas,
area.
and people know about the show. So like you never know if someone's gonna come up and like try and like take money. Like they know who my co-star is. He's pretty famous, and he got tackled, and I was like, oh shit, and like security turned around, and it's 50 Cent on the ground in a fucking $5,000 Fendi tracksuit.
Just laughing.
Just tackled one of like our
As a
co-stars.
joke.
And then, as a joke. And then one of the PAs went through hell to get us Chick-fil-A. We're like, she went all over the place like to get this Chick-fil-A for us. And we had the Chick-fil-A lemonade and it fell on the ground. And we were laughing and 50 got all of the ice from the thing and put it back in the cup. He's like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I have that video too. It's a fucking great one.
Did you post these?
Yeah, I post those, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he repost any of them?
No. But he's posted me on his Instagram like 4 or 5 times.
That's pretty cool.
But he doesn't tag. It's fucked up.
Damn.
It's fucked up, Curtis.
Have you ever said anything?
I need that tag.
You
No,
ever
I'm
say
not saying anything. No.
You can't.
Yeah.
Huh?
What
You
am I
wanna
going
be
to say?
that
Yo,
guy?
tag me in that? It's going to get the fuck out of here.
I'd want to say it though.
Yeah. That's all I'm thinking. I'm like, fuck. He's
Tag
got
me.
like, what, 25 mil?
Do you comment on it and say, by the way,
I
I'm
do.
the guy?
I do. But now he restricted his account because you know how there's so many bots on Instagram now?
Oh,
Everything's
yeah.
like, do you want to see me come in 3 seconds? It's like,
I don't get a lot of them, but yeah, I've seen it.
yeah. So he restricted like
So
all
only
accounts.
people he knows can comment on.
Only
his stuff?
people he follows, and he only follows like 2 people from the show. I'm like, when can I get to that point where I
Oh,
give
he
him
doesn't
up?
follow you.
No.
on social.
Yeah, I know it's fucked up. But like that one night where like we go to so the show Power, we had an event. I was on set filming Ghost, the new show, so I came late. I didn't go to the screening that was for Power. It was like for one of the last episodes, and he was like thanking everyone for the show, and I'm like I was like 40 something on the call sheet. Like I wasn't, you know what I mean? I was just a recurring character. And he like looked at one of the leads, and then I was standing right there. He goes, oh, I'd like to thank, Joseph and Gianni, Braden. I'm like number 2. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, so I'm like, yeah, 50 fucking likes me.
He knows your name.
Oh yeah.
That's the coolest
And
thing,
he
I
was
think.
asking my other co-star. He goes, "Where's Gianni? When's he coming? I'm like,
Isn't
oh,
it
dope.
sad when you get excited over a famous person who remembers your name?
Yeah, but
it happens to me too at the comedy store.
It's almost not even that. It's just that like I grew up.
Yeah, you love the
listening
person.
to
Yeah,
all
you're a
that.
fan.
Yeah.
And you're like, that
So
guy
I'm
knows
like,
my name.
yeah.
But it's also sad when you think
Yeah,
about
it
it.
is sad,
I'm like,
yeah.
why do I care that guy knows my name? It's just a guy.
I don't know. I feel like
He
if
should
it was,
know my name.
I feel like if it was fucking Howie Mandel, I'd be like, oh, okay. But like 50 Cent, I don't know. That's like
Unless you loved Howie Mandel, what if you
Yeah, Dealer knows
obsessed
you, you're a
with
fucking fanatic.
of America's Got Talent?
Yeah.
You're just obsessed with
Okay,
that
that's
show.
true.
Whatever it is.
I love
I'm
Howie.
not, but
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. And Howie doesn't know my name.
He doesn't?
Also, no. I don't even know if I've met him. Maybe once in passing. I've definitely seen him around.
Yeah, I met him one
but-
time. Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, him and Theo are friends. But
Yeah.
let me think. Are there any other questions I have for you? Anything else you need help on besides the getting over girls too fast?
No, I think most of the problems in my life are women related, though. And that's so weird because I have a
Probably
wonderful
because
mother.
you're a homosexual.
Yeah, I am gay.
You're closeted homosexual.
Yeah.
Heavily, deeply closeted. Maybe just bi.
Yeah.
Maybe you like fooling around with girls.
I guess we'll see. I'm not going to say no,
Here's
but I'm not
how,
going to say
here's
yes.
how you could tell if you're bi.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a threesome with 2 guys and a girl? Like you and a guy and a girl. Not you and 2 guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever double teamed a girl?
No. Oh, yeah, double team. Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
You've had sex with a girl with a guy friend.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you have any inclination to that guy during
No.
that? I guess you're good then.
That's it? That's your
That's the
gauge?
test.
Yeah, you really are fucking unlicensed,
if you're a little
dude.
gay-
Yeah, you'd probably want to...
You'd probably think, kind of staring at that guy, hooking up with a girl. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's more of like a... when I was doing it, it wasn't even that. It was like more like a... this is fucking... You know what I mean? You're kind of getting like a... Not like a tug of war, but like kind of like, oh, this is... You know what I mean?
I have another question. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you when you moved to LA? Or when you started acting in New York and LA?
I moved to LA on my 19th birthday.
Do you have any advice for a young actor listening to this that's a big fan of yours that wants to move to LA and become an actor?
Yeah, you have to fucking like work hard because I see so many people ask me, how do you get representation? How do you get representation? How do you get into the right classes? How do you like do all this stuff? When I moved here, I sent like 10,000 emails to every agent and manager in this whole town. If any agent or managers are listening to this, I probably emailed you.
Yeah.
I was taking 6 acting classes a week. I was watering my teachers' plants to pay for them. I had a full-time job at a gay bar, and I'm gay. No. I had a full-time. It paid good money, and I was doing Groundlings, UCB. I did stand-up. I was doing everything. I took a writing class. I literally
You immerse yourself into the world.
completely. So. I think the biggest key to acting and to the entertainment industry and stuff like this is you can never at one point in your mind think you're going to fail. Because if you do, you will. If you have one inkling that you're like, oh, fuck, I may not make it, you're going to fail. And that's just my experience. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure there's exceptions to that rule.
Agreed. But
yeah,
never one time since the day I moved out here to this very moment, I've never one time ever thought that I won't be exactly where I want to be but it's not even because of anything else other than I put in so much fucking work that in my mind, when I walk into that audition, I'm like, there's no way that I cannot make it because I have done way more than every single person sitting in this room. So it's almost like a confidence thing that I've done so much work.
Right. You've taken the classes.
Exactly.
You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. So even right now, like, I don't need to work as hard. I'm the lead of a TV show. I'm writing a lot. I'm trying to, sell scripts, but I don't need to live that life anymore because I've got, gotten to a new place, but I'm still hustling in every way. I'm trying to do TikTok and
everything
YouTube.
You can do.
Yeah. I'm just trying to like fully create everything. But even now, like I had the same exact vision. Like I'm going to be the lead of all like high, big paying blockbuster movies. Like that's where I'm going to be. And from the day I came out here when I was sleeping on a popped air mattress with no money in my bank account to right now, it has not changed and nothing has changed in my mind where I don't think that's going to be a thing. So that I think fully.
What
if
would
you
be
do the
your
work,
dream type of movie star? And do you want to be
I've been
action
watching
star? Do you want to be a comedian? Do you want to like comedic actor?
I want to do everything because I feel like they put so many actors.
But even though
in boxes.
you do everything, everyone has their kind of genre.
But I don't want that.
Got it.
Because I from all the work that I do with the comedy podcasts and when I was working with Theo and all that stuff, I feel like they put you in a box. Like you're in the comedy world, you're there, or you do power, so you like drugs and stuff, so you're there. And it's like my goal is to truly break everything, and also with the stigma where if you're a celebrity or a big actor, you have to do like less press appearances, or you can't tell a lot about yourself on podcasts, or you can't have a YouTube channel. It's like no, I just want it all to be fucking one.
You want to be Will Smith?
Yeah, where I can do wherever the fuck I want. Exactly. So. I want to do mob movies. I fucking love mob movies. But I also want to do high comedies like Ted, where I can just be an idiot. But I feel like once you do that, people lose respect for you. Like when Mark Wahlberg was doing Ted and Daddy's Home and stuff like that, people are like, oh, he's not like, Boogie Nights Mark Wahlberg anymore. You know what I mean?
I didn't feel that way, but yeah, I could see why.
Yeah, but a lot of people like lose respect, and I'm like, no, I want to break all that, and I just want to make it like one thing where I could do a fucking PBS special and a YouTube channel, and then I could go be with Leonardo DiCaprio and do a fucking mob movie, Scorsese. So that's kind of my goal.
I hope that happens.
Oh, it's kind of Ari.
I think someone's gonna watch Power, and they're gonna say,
that guy
needs to be at the top.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be that guy to make that happen. Someone's going to be listening to this podcast. It's all going to happen from
okay,
this
great.
podcast.
Maybe it'll be the publicist, and they'll be like, oh,
I don't
wow.
think they listen.
I don't think they listen.
If they did, they would have never done that for me, that favor for me. They'd be like, this is going to come back to haunt me.
Oh, fuck.
Thanks for doing the podcast.
Of course.
Follow Gianni on Instagram and his YouTube channel, and follow his brothers.
Yeah, no. Don't follow my brothers.
Yeah,
follow my
family.
TikTok.
Follow his TikTok if you're on there.
Yeah.
And look up 50 Cent.
I just posted
Gianni.
one of them.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I'm using that.
Maybe go to Gianni, see who Gianni follows, and then message all the girls that he follows about Gianni talking on this podcast.
Please don't do that.
Like and subscribe the podcast on iTunes and YouTube. Leave a review and comment. And see you guys next time. God bless you, and God bless America.
You're listening to
Unlicensed Therapy with Ari Mannis.